Hey, you guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. So today I want to talk to you about why I'll never have a credit card. It's one of those things when it comes to money and something that we teach here at Ramsey Solutions that people are like, what? Really? Really? And I get comments even on social media. They're like, but you really at least have one, right? Listen, I've actually never had a credit card my entire life. Nope. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's more than just your balance every month and cash back and miles and all of that. There's so much more there to why I will never have a credit card. So first, let's just talk about interest, okay? So right now, the average annual percentage rate on credit cards is close to 18%, and 40% of Americans have a balance, which means they are paying interest. On average, 18% interest, okay? So people are like, well, I pay mine off every month. Well, 40% of people don't. But one of the benefits that the credit card companies use to kind of lure you in and encourage you is to spend more so you get cash back. So you can tell yourself that, I'll use this card and then I'll get something out of it. But really, who's winning? You get 1% cash back, but then you're paying 18% in interest. So here we go. Yep, not good. So I don't want to deal with interest. I don't want to deal with the bill, all of it. So I'm like, listen, I'll have my debit card and I will pay as I go throughout the month with my own money. Now, again, some of you are like, well, I do pay mine off every month, and so the interest doesn't affect me, and I'm going to be responsible and build my credit score, and that's how I'm going to use my credit card, is I'm doing that to build my credit score. Well, here's the deal. You get a credit score, a FICO score, to go into more debt. That's what it's for. And some people are going to tell you that, well, you have to have it to, rent an apartment or to, apply for a job or rent a car, all these things. But listen, no, you don't. You don't have to have a credit score. You can get around all of those things without a credit score and without a credit card. Now, a rental car company, that's the biggest hiccup that I've found, but we found a rental car company that works. They take our debit card and they put a hold on it for an amount of money, but then we're good to go. So you actually can live life without a credit score and a credit card. Next, again, a lot of people think of a credit card like cash. So they go and they just spend throughout the month on normal expenses, other things, their credit card, and they just pay it off every month. Well, here's the deal. You don't realize how much you're spending when you're doing that, okay? You end up spending, they say 12 to 18% more when you're using a card versus your own money, so a debit card or cash. And so as you go along the month, again, there's no emotional tie to what you're doing and what you're spending because there's no money that you're feeling. And then at the end of the month, that's the bill you pay. Instead, I would encourage you to budget and actually have a real-time pulse of what you're spending in each category. So when you use your debit card and you use an app like EveryDollar that connects to your bank, when you swipe your debit card, that transaction comes in. And so you get to drag it to your category in your budget and know, okay, here's how much I have left in groceries. Here's how much we have left in restaurants or miscellaneous, clothing, whatever it is. And you actually are keeping tabs throughout the month of where you're spending versus just swiping a credit card and paying the bulk at the end of the month. So you end up saving a lot more money, spending your own money and budgeting. And also people think, well, credit card, it's going to be my emergency. Here's the deal. After you deal with that emergency with the credit card, then you have another emergency later by having to pay off the credit card. Then you've tripled your emergency. So I would rather your money be your emergency fund. So I have been doing this money stuff for about 13 years now. And so I have a fully funded emergency fund. Me and Winston, we have our emergency fund. So we have money that if something happens, then that's the money we use. We don't go and borrow the bank's money. And I know people are like, well, that's you guys. You did this. Listen, it takes time, but everyone can do that. You can have money in the bank for you for an emergency instead of depending on credit card. And then you, again, put yourself in a financial hole, which ends up being another emergency later down the road. Now, one of the biggest reasons that I just won't play the game of credit cards and rewards and miles and all of that is here's the deal. Credit card companies making a lot of money. Banks make a lot of money off of people who don't pay it off every month, and they pay the late fees, they pay the interest. That's how they make money, is mostly through interest, okay? So 40% of people don't pay off their credit cards every month, which means that they are paying interest, okay? And these are people, yes, some maybe just spending crazy, all of that, but these are also people that are trying to cover medical bills, single moms, college students who are trying to afford gas to get home. Like, some of these are really dire situations, and these people are leaning on credit cards and they can't pay it off every month, so they're paying interest, so they're funding the bank, they're giving the bank more money, and they're making so much money off of these people. And then in turn, they're like, well, we'll give you some airline miles or some reward points or cash back because we're so generous and so nice and all of that. But they're doing all that because these people are struggling. So the whole system is just kind of gross to me. I don't like it. I'm good. So I would rather just take care of myself and pay, what I'm spending today, have my debit card, have my budget, and continue on my way instead of trying to fool with the system. So listen, it's a game. It's a huge game. People spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy playing the game, and it's not worth it to me. I'd rather live my life with peace, knowing that I don't owe anyone anything. So I know that shifting your mindset from living with credit cards to not is a big one, because it's weird not to have a credit card. But also 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. So I'm okay being weird. If that's normal, I don't want to be normal. It's a big deal, you guys. And listen, I'm not mad at you if you have a credit card, okay? I'll even go out with friends and they're like, don't look at my credit card. I'm like, listen, I'm not mad at you, but this is why I'm choosing not to do that. And I want to teach you that because I want you to ultimately do what's best, do the wisest thing that you can do with your money to be able to win. And cutting up the credit card, I think, is one of those things. So make sure to share this video with a friend who's maybe obsessed with her store credit card or loves her airline miles. Just, send them this video, see what they think. And remember, you guys, to take control of your money and create a life you love.